For the collective, first thing out of the gate I heard is "This is for my people, my people," which is a Missy Elliott song. And so I'm getting the sense that it could be because we're really in this like eclipse season, eclipse energy here, but getting the feeling that there's a lot of us who are starting to take up our swords, so to speak, or to step up to the plate in a way, in this rebellious nature, but it's for social action and social activity. So I think this really is a global planetary shift right now. Again, I am doing this on the eclipse. So those energies are very, very distinct at the moment. Hi, I'm Hope. I am an intuitive, tarot reader, channeler, storyteller, creative, and I am here to make the most out of your divine life. So, YouTube, here's the deal. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So we got this little devil here, 1-5. It's from the Thoth deck. And interesting. Okay. So also Capricorn energy. But what I get from this is okay, power of good and evil, the forces of darkness, the frequency wars, if you will, is part of what's at play. And I'm being told to remind that distraction is one of the main weapons let's use that lightly, but to keep people asleep so that they are not listening or hearing the call that they're being asked to step into. This can include very simply like a certain pathway or career, because I don't know. When we have this, okay, I'm hearing a continuation or a continuity. We have certain pathways that are laid out for us as we are um, entering into this planet, basically. And there are forces that would like to keep us all quiet and get us to sit in the corner and to shut up. Now, we don't listen to those. We don't let them rule the roost, so to speak. This could also include maybe you have an individual in your life that has been trying to throw their weight around, thinking that they are the boss, and they're not. And that's the funny part. Usually the ones who try to act like that are less the boss than the actual bosses themselves, because true leadership is quiet and it sets an example with behavior as opposed to taskmaster and telling you what to do. So there might be an aspect of that in your life. I am called to just tell you, if you are a Capricorn, we know Capricorn, you are very, very astute. You know a great deal. You're a systems person. You can figure things out quickly, but you have to sometimes let others take the reins, okay? And so that's what this card is sort of giving me here. It's a 15, 1-5. It's funny because I almost heard, if only there were 15 months in the year. So you might be feeling a little pressed for time right now. Maybe, the day disappears, you don't know where it went, and that sort of thing. And I'm being told it's time to clean and clear. Okay, this particular Hermit energy card is Virgo. So now we're like double earthing it here at the moment. I'm getting a very distinct feeling off of this one. Okay, so this is a message as much for me as it is for you, but you are being called back into the cave, so to speak, and it's time to meditate, get grounded, get centered, and wait for further instructions, is what I heard. So that really ties in with what we were hearing before. I just see on the staff of this hermit, almost looks like a pine cone or something on the staff. I don't know if you can see that. Also looks like a spoon with honey on it. Um, so bring snacks, I guess, is what's being said. But this is an end of a cycle. We're beginning a new one. This really does tie in with the eclipse. You can see how the hermit's looking at the moon there. It's really an egg with a snake coiled around it. And, he's got the lantern of light, so the sun, in his possession. Um, but the pine cone was actually something I was hearing on a Joe Rogan podcast about, that being a symbol actually for the pineal gland. And that is the doorway, or the gateway, if you will, to the higher realms, higher senses. And I'm hearing in higher realms indeed, there are several, many of us is what I'm hearing, and they want to talk to you. Yeah. For some, you might resonate more with starseed energy and that sort of ancestral line. Yeah. And this is where immediately, as soon as I said that, I heard like, oh yeah, prove it. Like, where are the receipts? Like that sort of vibe where, like, you have your belief system and how the world works, and it's been working for you right now. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know what I'm saying? And someone who is like on the outside looking in is demanding your receipts. This is again going back to like this Capricorn, like throwing your weight around type energy. Like, who is this person? Who is this person? You need to respectfully show them the door. And I'm being reminded, like, just because if you're a light worker, you're someone who works in energy or works in community service, I still count that as being a light worker. You need to remember that yes, we are trying to make the world a better place, but by golly gee willikers, we are going to stand our ground and hold our ground, okay? Because we are spiritual warriors at the end of the day. And so we're not allowed to let anyone push us around, bully us, talk down to us, project, by the way, project onto us what they feel about themselves. Sometimes we see people down the road and it's night, let's just say, and then we have this flash of maybe fear because we see this person we don't know down the road. It actually might be the way they feel about themselves. It's not really how you feel about them. So it's also about minding your own energetic business and knowing where you end and the rest of the world begins, and so on and so forth, and back the other way. Okay. I'm on the road right now. I'm with the Galaxy Psychic Fair here in beautiful Saskatoon, and the folks of Saskatoon have been absolutely amazing. I am very honored to be able to work with some of the people I'm working with. I will be in Calgary in the next week and a bit. And if you got this anytime later beyond that, it's okay. This is a timeless reading. That is always my intention. It finds the right people at the right time. And don't forget to like and subscribe if this resonates with you. But it's time to go on the road and show them what you got. Show them what you're working with. Okay. So we have the 8 here. It looks like the Ace of Swords for my mind's eye. There's a lot of energy. So we have the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. This is a full cycle. This translates because that is what we had before, our 9, and then we're moving. Looks like we're moving backwards with the 8, but really this new cycle is now infinite. It just goes back to the beginning and so on and so forth and recycles. So if you're feeling like resources might be dwindling, you also might be an Aries. This might be specific for you. Um, the veil is being lifted. Okay. Your crown is showing, your halo is showing. So the veil is being lifted. You can't hide anymore from spirit, is what I'm being told. It's time to stop hiding. No more. We're done with that. Okay. All eyes are on you, though. Spirit is watching. If you have little people in your life or younger folks in your life, they're watching. They're watching to see how you make choices. And my eye started bothering me. So it's almost like, what's the vision that you have for yourself moving forward? Okay, man, that is a lot. That is a lot. But I am seeing, like, with this 7 of Swords, to really pay attention to how the moon cycles fixate. Interesting how they fixate, or how you fixate, or how you feel during certain cycles, and to take the most of it and utilize when you're feeling the most energetic and the most like vibrant and alive. That's when you really can be setting your intentions for manifestation work. Okay. Anyways, my people, I'm going to leave it there. I love you so much. If you happen to be in, Alberta in the next month and a bit, I'm going to be going into Calgary and then into Edmonton. And I also, of course, do readings online. You won't regret it. It's a good time. And yeah, we'll talk soon. I love you so much. Take care. Bye bye.